State games.
Hey guys, it's Nick. 93.7 The Ticket is excited to be broadcasting this weekend from Stillwater, Oklahoma, as the Big Ten champion Nebraska baseball team appears in their first regional since 2021. From Friday through Monday, Austin and I will have pregame shows, postgame reactions, interviews, and other thoughts from Stillwater as the Huskers begin their road to Omaha. Regional coverage is presented by Mullen Motors, Sandhills Global, and Blur Events. It's NCAA baseball tournament coverage live from Stillwater, Oklahoma, this Friday through Monday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello?
Jan, it's Kay. Are you and Rich free for dinner tonight? I'm making pizza.
Sounds great. What time?
6 p.m.?
Sorry, can't do it. Wheel of Fortune is on and Rich won't miss it.
You're kidding.
Nope. He's seen every episode since 1975. He won't budge.
Listen, tell him if he comes, we'll buy him a bunch of Wheel of Fortune scratch tickets from the Nebraska Lottery.
Won't work. He has to see the show.
That's just it. Until July 30th, if Rich enters any non-winning $5 Wheel of Fortune scratch ticket online, he could win the ultimate fan trip to Los Angeles, including airfare and accommodations. He'll also win tickets to a live taping of Wheel of Fortune and get to spin the big wheel to win at least $2,000.
That might work. Could you do just one other thing?
Sure. What?
Could you write free spin and pepperoni on every other slice of pizza?
Why don't you just come at 7?
Wheel of Fortune top prize odds, 1 in 112,000.
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for the Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
It's Ricky C. Simmons, 93.7 The Ticket. You know, the Get Your Happy On Hour is a show about things that we don't normally discuss on a sports talk radio show. So I got to say thank you before we even get started. But a big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys continually give me. And I got to give another big shout out to my producer tonight, Ben. He's been a trooper today. He's been here for a while. I know he's tired, but Ben, I'm proud of you, man. And I know you don't want to admit to me that you haven't eaten. That's okay. After this show, you you can go and get your eat on. All right?
It's not as much of that. It's just weekends are long hours, man.
Yeah, well,
they're long hours.
But Ben, you're a young man. You can do this, and I know you can do this. I got faith in you, Ben.
Yeah, I can do it now. We'll see. We'll see in 10 years if I'll be able to do this.
Again, y'all, welcome to the show. Before we get started, I have a really great guest tonight, and but I gotta share something with you. I have people always during the week or weekends or whatever asking me questions on social media, and they'd be like personal messages. And I just try to go through them, and I find the ones that I think would be helpful to the show. And I was actually in Kansas City on Wednesday, and then I was in St. Louis on Thursday. So I got back here Friday, and man, I had a lot of questions. But the one that stood or seemed to came up the most was, how do you maintain a positive mental attitude? It's the answer to that, it sounds simple, but it's really difficult. Let me be real honest with people on that one. Yes, I do. I'm guilty. I make it look easy, but I work extremely hard at being positive because I haven't always been a positive person. I would say the last 15 years, I've been working really hard every single day on being positive. But unfortunately, I'm outnumbered. So if any of you out there are struggling with being positive, just know, even though you're outnumbered, it can still be done. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. So just keep that in mind, no matter what. Keep positive mental attitude. And I haven't seen a time where worrying and complaining has really answered or fixed any of my problems. So I have to say that to you just so that you understand that just because it's difficult doesn't mean it can't be done. I have a guest tonight that we're going to learn a lot about. I am notorious for messing up his name. I've known him for a little bit, but Ben's going to help me.
It's very surprising. It's 3 letters. I believe in you. It is a 3-letter name. So I really think you can do it. Let's do it.
Let's see it.
Let's do it.
Now, let's try this. Ian Badeer.
Ooh,
You nailed it.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ricky.
No, hey, y'all just don't understand. I have messed this guy's name up so many times. I was really reluctant to even say it. I was just going to make sure that Ben put his name up there correctly.
You were just never going to mention his name.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hey, man.
We just weren't even going to know who you were going to be talking to. What about the people on the radio? They can't see the name.
I know, man, but that's why I broke down, and I had to be honest with everybody, let them know why I was reluctant, but I got it done.
You're just going to be like, I have this fine gentleman right here.
There you go.
We're not going to say his name, but he's a great dude.
Good sir, what say you?
But you know what? But hey, I got Ben here, see, so Ben had my back, see, so I wasn't really worried. So
what do you, man of mystery?
Hey, welcome to the show, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, Ricky.
Hey, well, look, thank you, first of all, for being on the show. But you know what? He's got a lot of things that I want to get into, so we're just going to jump right in, man. Let's start off with where you're from, man. You grew up here in Lincoln, is that correct?
Yeah, so I'm born and raised Lincoln, Nebraska. But for high school, my family moved out to the country to in between Panama and Hickman. Those are towns south of Lincoln. Okay. And then I was in the Norris School District during that time for high school.
Now, before the show, we was talking briefly. You said something about homeschooling?
That's right.
Explain that to me, man.
So myself and my brothers and sisters, we were homeschooled all the way through high school by my mom. Okay. So shout out to Deb Badeer for her efforts there.
Big shout out to Deb.
And I am the middle child of 8 kids.
Wow. Okay.
I'm number 4. There's 5 boys and 3 girls.
All of them homeschooled?
All of them homeschooled all the way through.
Wow. When you say homeschool, now you're talking to a person that don't have a lot of knowledge on homeschooling. So I gotta maybe questions I'm gonna ask don't make a lot of sense, but I'm just curious. So 1st through 12th or
K through 12?
Yeah, K through 12?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you're a really intelligent guy, so your mom done a heck of a job. So big shout out to your mom, man.
Yeah.
Now, when you finished high school or homeschool, which would be
homeschool high school.
Yeah. Homeschool high school. What did you do after that?
So I enrolled in school at Southeast Community College here at the Lincoln campus.
Ah, okay. And what did you study there?
So I studied computer information technology with a focus in support.
Gotcha. Well, you know, I'll be honest with you. You've done a lot of things for me in the past. And I can't say thank you enough, but I want you to share with everybody, what is it that you actually do for a living?
Yeah, so with that background in computers, what I would end up using that for is I joined a local computer company and did retail support. Okay. So you bring in your computer to me and I'd fix it, type of repair. Did that for 4 years. And then kind of joined the enterprise space where instead of supporting individuals, I was supporting businesses. Okay. And then I did that for 11 years.
Wow.
And then most recently, about 1.5 years ago, I joined a cloud security company called Zscaler. Their headquarters is out of San Jose, California. I'm one of a handful of employees that they have out of Nebraska. So obviously I work remotely from home.
Okay.
And my job title is I'm a sales engineer.
Give me some more details on exactly what a sales engineer does.
Yeah. So I work with organizations that have IT needs And the services that Zscaler offers are we provide security services for the destinations that their users go to.
Huh.
So you're a user, you're going to go out on the internet, on your phone or on your laptop to Google and all other sorts of websites. And unfortunately, out there on the internet, there are a whole bunch of nefarious actors. So you
Yes,
need security.
yeah, right.
Zscaler provides that security.
Man, how did you learn all of this? I mean, because that's a lot of information you have to know what you're doing, man. I mean, because those people that's running those scams, they know what they're doing, and they're real good at it.
Yeah.
I call them regulators. I mean, they're really good at scamming people, and you guys protect against that. So you had to do quite a bit of training.
Yeah, quite a bit. And a lot of it early on when I was in enterprise support was kind of providing training for end users on how to be smart before you click or smart before you tap on your phone, right? Because when you're a user, out there on the internet and someone's trying to take advantage of you, what are they trying to get you to do? They want you to go to their link, right?
Right.
They want you to visit their link where all sorts of terrible things will happen. They'll either get your information or they'll put something dangerous on your device, right? Usually those two things.
Right.
So it's also providing training to the end user to say, well, what things can you look out for? So when you get an urgent message that's a text, from the CEO of the company you work for that maybe you don't talk to every day, and he's telling you that you need to run over to Best Buy, grab 12 gift cards at $100 each, scratch all the codes off, and send him the codes.
I mean, I'm not laughing because that's funny, but the fact that they even have the courage to even do that.
And it's an appeal to emotion. They want to create a sense of urgency so that you throw logic out the window and you operate only on emotion. So you're going, oh no, it's my boss. My boss is saying he needs my help. Obviously, I'm going to step up. This is the owner of the company. So I'm going to run over and, he's going to say jump and I'm going to say how high. I'm going to go help him. And they throw logic out the window and it's just, I got to go help them. And before they know it, they've spent money they didn't have and that money is gone.
And that happens on a regular basis.
On a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm thinking because sometimes, and this may be wrong for me to say, but I'm just going to give my opinion, okay? Sometimes I see all these people that are sitting up in Starbucks. I'm just picking on Starbucks, but they're sitting up in a coffee shop with their laptop. Who knows what they're doing? I mean, some could be legitimately doing work, but some could be putting together these things that you protect against as well. Because it's not like they got a secret hideout where they do this. They just do it.
Well,
Ricky, I think there is a secret hideout. It's called their basement.
The basement? No, man, I hang out in the basement. And I can't scam nobody.
See, I don't think they're out in a Starbucks out in public. I got to be honest.
You think they're somewhere?
I think they're just in their basement.
Okay. Well,
if I were to guess.
So not to completely derail this into a show about IT, but what actually happens is that it is organizations in other countries that run 9-to-5 businesses that have paid employees that are paid to hack businesses and individuals in other countries.
Wow.
Think about that for a moment. And they can see the data where literally when those folks go on their lunch hour, the attacks go down. When they come back from lunch, the attacks go right back up. And when they clock out at 5 o'clock, the attacks go back down. It is literally a 9-to-5 operation in other countries.
Man, people need to get a life.
That is their life. That is their life.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're probably getting paid better than me.
They're gainfully employed.
But
probably getting paid better than you.
Hey, you know what? I'll say it this way. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of, man, come on, man. Get your job and earn it the old-fashioned way. What happened to that? Is that outdated now? The old-fashioned way, earning your keep?
Just follow the money.
Yeah, well, I'm thankful, man, that you do what you do because I think that's very important. But I'm always amazed when I hear about those type of things happening because I'm looking at it from a perspective of what if there weren't people like you? Man, they would just be running rampant, and they probably would get away with a lot of it because sometimes, some of that stuff does look pretty tempting. So,
and I mean, use your favorite analogy, whether it's cat and mouse or whack-a-mole. It's that constant give and take going on between threat actors creating something bad and then security, teams and organizations trying to combat it.
Wow. Well, we're gonna hope that you guys continue winning. How about that?
Appreciate it.
Ricky, can I jump in with one question?
Sure, go right ahead.
I got one quick question. I don't mean to derail Ricky's production here.
No, go ahead.
But
let me hear what you got.
I wanted to ask. So, do you have any opinion, knowledge, anything on data that government gets from social media? Because social media, like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of that has so much data about all of our lives. And, these social media companies have that data, and it's supposed to be privacy stuff, but there's a lot of money in selling that data.
There is.
So I just want to get your opinion / thoughts on privacy stuff when it comes to social media.
Yeah, and that's ultimately the challenge of it, because the way that these organizations make most of their money is through selling advertisements.
Yep.
And what the advertisers want is as much data as possible about the individuals they are selling ads to.
Yep.
And so it becomes a battle of social media, hopefully trying to defend the integrity and anonymity of their end users.
But there's money.
But there's money. And so as more and more dollars come out, it pushes the envelope more and more. And then you end up in a Facebook situation where so much data has been sold, right? They're now ending up in courts. So, I mean, if you want my personal take on it, obviously it needs to be limited as much as possible. But since it is literally sold and driven by advertisements, it's going to be very difficult to continue to enforce that effectively in a way that protects end users.
Whoa.
We got technical there, but I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, but you went
Ricky
over my
Simmons
head.
IT hour.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask because it's a big deal. A lot of people don't like their data, even if it's just, for advertising and stuff. It's not being used in any harmful way. It's still people's data, and they don't like it being shared.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I agree with that. Now, I have a question for you. And I know that your job is very demanding. I mean, common sense tells me that. But you got a side hustle too.
I do. It's kind of how we met.
That's how we met. I am still using what you created for me.
And you honor me with that.
I appreciate. Well, let's just tell them.
Yeah.
What did you make? What did you make for me?
So to provide some context, we all have our hobbies that we love to do.
Right.
My hobby for many, many years and continues to this day is I like to collect autographs of people that played for the Nebraska Cornhuskers and went on to the NFL.
Okay.
That list at the time I was doing is about 400 people. And there's a name on that list whose name is Ricky Simmons. Now, when I was doing this, I had no idea who Ricky Simmons was. Right?
Were you able to pronounce his name?
Come on, Ben, let me make you, man.
There's your first callback. So the first thing I do is, okay, I'll hop on eBay and see if his autograph is there. No, his autograph wasn't there. I'm like, all right, I'll just type his name into a Google search, and I come upon your Twitter page. And then I learned the story that you shared, the story of redemption, of what Jesus did in your life to save you from many, many dark decisions that had happened in your past.
Right.
And how many years of sobriety you'd have, and how you turned your life around to the point that you were now being salt and light in the world, telling your story and sharing Christ's love. And that was so inspiring to me. I was like, okay, I can't just go buy this guy's autograph now.
I gotta talk to him.
I got to talk to him.
And say his name right.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben ain't gonna let me forget that one.
So I send Ricky a message, just introduce myself. I'm Ian, like Husker autographs. Could I, meet you up sometime or send it to you in the mail? And Ricky's like, well, hey, Ian, this is my office address. And turns out his office is like 5 blocks from my house. Like, oh, Ricky's been here the whole time. So I said, great, I'll pop over for lunch tomorrow during the lunch hour and met you and got your autograph. But that wasn't the end of the story. At that time, I was just beginning my foray into, well, I like collecting Husker autographs, but some guys never had cards made of them.
Right.
You, for example, never had a Husker card made of you.
Right.
So I thought, well, what if I made a Husker card of Ricky and then he autographed that, and kind of we pivoted into an idea. I was like, how could I provide this new thing I'm learning how to do, right? I have this cutting machine. It's going to cut out photo paper. Then I can turn it into a card. How could I turn it into something that could bless Ricky? So I came up with an idea and floated it by you and said, well, what if I made you a card that could be used as a business card?
Right.
We'll have your Husker photo on the front. On the back, it's going to have your social media information, maybe a cool quote from you about who you are and what you're all about.
Right.
And you loved it. You were all on board.
Yeah.
And I was just so appreciative that you were talking to this nobody who had no design experience and took a leap of faith and said, yeah, Ian, make me a card, and then ordered thousands of them.
Yes. And I've had to reorder them.
Yeah, we have done reorders.
Yeah, we've done reorders, and this is, I want y'all to understand something here. This is coming from a guy that's basically an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you're not really that guy.
Yeah.
But
reach outs take a lot of energy on my side to do.
First of all, I'm gonna say again, thank you. And I'm like I said, I'm currently still using those cards. So you might be getting me another reorder here pretty soon, but we'll get to that later. But also, you shared a story with me, and I want you to share it with me. How much time we got before we
can go a few more. You can ask.
Okay, all right. This story about this band that you like.
Okay, so our segue is like life as an introvert, right? So you have your favorite band, right? You love going to your band's favorite show. So I'm going to see my favorite band, which is Switchfoot. Yeah, they're an alternative rock band out of San Diego.
Is this sad that I've never heard of them?
It's totally okay. There's a million bands, right? I've only heard of like 4 myself. So, all right. So anyway, I'm going to probably my 6th or 7th Switchfoot show to go see them up in Omaha earlier this year. And as an introvert, one thing I noticed at every show is that folks would hold up signs and be like, hey, can I play such and such song with you? And Switchfoot would just grab these people and call them up on stage, and they would play the song with them.
Ooh.
And most of these people were not skilled musicians. So you could tell, okay, this isn't planned.
The people
it's
you'd
not
find
staged.
at karaoke bars.
Right. Like one guy's playing guitar, and one of the band members of Switchfoot is literally whispering the chords G, C, D into his ear so he knows how to play it as he's playing along with the band. So like they're helping anybody. And I thought, well, why couldn't I make that leap and try that? So the day of the show, I was like, all right, just take the leap. I made a quick sign, brought it to the show, and just said, hey, can I play this song as one of their popular songs, with you? And they get through most of their show. They're getting near the end, and they start playing that song, and I'm holding up my sign, but they don't look my way. And as an introvert, I'm like, okay, that's all right. It's not going to happen. And everything inside me is like, put that sign down. It's over.
I thought this was going to be like a feel-good story where your dreams came true.
Hold on. It gets better.
But the story's not over.
Oh, it's not over.
It's not over.
Ooh.
So everything inside me is saying, put the sign down. But I'm like, you know what? I know it's hard, but just hold the sign here, at chest level, and just sing along and enjoy the moment. Just be present. So I'm singing along. The band gets through 3/4 of the song. They get to the bridge, and then they just start kind of doing this interlude. And the lead singer walks over straight to me and goes, can I have your sign? I'm like, uh-oh. So I give him my sign, and he says, all right, guys, this isn't my show. This is our show. He's like, so I want the crowd's input on this. So he asks my question, may I play the song, to the audience. What's the crowd going to do? Say no to that? So everyone goes bonkers. And so he looks at me, and he's just like, well, I guess you better get up here. So I walked up on stage. He gives me his guitar, asked me if I know how to play the song, which thankfully I'd practiced it that day. So yes, I did.
Well, you knew it was going to be your big
moment. I was prepared. Introverts prepare, man. We do this thing. And it went for about 90 seconds, and I finished the song with them, played the lead riff on the guitar. He holds the microphone up to me, and I'm sitting on stage, packed house up in Omaha with 600 people playing alongside my favorite band. It was just,
and this is coming from an introvert.
From an introvert.
Wow.
So my advice to everybody out there, all the introverts out there, take that leap.
I agree. Take that leap. Don't be afraid. Hey, look, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket with the Get You Happy On Hour. Don't go anywhere.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing SCC, your path to possible.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business, providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans, to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, and we're back. Look, before we get back to my guest, Ben.
What's up?
Anybody over there chiming in, man? Anybody tuning in to us today?
Yeah, we got a few comments.
Well, let me hear them, man. Let me hear what we got.
Diola said Ben is good tonight. Get him something to eat. LOL.
I told you should have ate. I told you.
And then she said, in all seriousness, thanks for all you do, Ian.
See that?
Appreciate
Okay.
that. Yeah.
And then Kim Kelly said, keep getting those cards, Ricky, and the future is bright.
There we go, Kim Kelly. You keep passing them out too, Kim Kelly. I appreciate that.
And then Odious Lee said, homeschool students were my favorites when I taught for Metro Community College in Omaha.
Big brother, you done, man, I didn't know nothing about homeschool until tonight. I mean, I done heard of it, but I didn't know it was real. I thought that was a myth.
And then we had a text on the text line from Doug saying, Ricky, listen to you speak at 5-Star Bible Camp near Fairbury, Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He texted in.
Man, I appreciate that, man. You got a good memory because that's been a little while ago. Okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate everybody that's tuning in. And, you know, I just want y'all to know I don't take it for granted. And I know I say it every week, but I'll continue to say it every week because I don't take it for granted. But back to the guests, man. Being an introvert, to get up on stage and have your moment in, what would you say it was like 90 seconds?
Yeah. And it was over in my brain in like 5 seconds.
Well, I want y'all to know he got it on a video, and I got a chance to see it. The dude was handling his business, man. He had like he was a natural, and you're supposed to be an introvert. You didn't look like an introvert, so did a great job, young man. What are some of the other things, man, that you're interested in doing? I mean, I know you've done a lot of stuff for a lot of people. Who are some of the people, I should ask? Who are some of the people you've done stuff with?
Yeah. So one of the things I've really enjoyed of just getting into collecting is how a lot of us collect cards because we want to get closer to the game that we love, right? Whether you love football or baseball or basketball. But I found that in collecting, we could also get close to the players that we love as well. Through something as simple as I collect cards would beget a relationship with Ricky Simmons, right? And then now we have a relationship through just me collecting cards, right? Otherwise, I may never have reached out to you, right?
Right.
So,
and you're an introvert.
Yeah. So the way it kind of started after we did our project was my local card shop here in Lincoln, Capital City Sports Cards. The owner, Chris Dietrich, would host at the end of the football season. Remember, this is pre-NIL. So after the students had, like the Husker senior football players had graduated, he'd bring in, 4 guys, 5 guys, sometimes 10 guys, and have them sign autographs.
Oh, okay. Right? Make a little money.
Make a little money, yeah, finally. So these guys are graduated. We bring them into the shop, and my early job was I would be the autograph handler. I would hand them the items, have them sign it, log it, for whoever had requested it. I was like, well, shoot, I'm making cards. What if I made cards of these players? So I was like, okay, I can do that. And then I took it a step further and said, well, some of these guys, football for them at college may end there, and then they're going to go on to have a career in business or something like that afterwards, right? Football may stop there. I said, this is an opportunity to give them a keepsake of their career at Nebraska that they can keep with them for their whole life, because they may never have a professional trading card ever made of them.
Right.
And I said, I could fill that gap now that I'm learning how to do this. So I just took that leap and started making cards of the players, and I would surprise them when they came to the shop to do their signing, and I'd have their own Husker trading card of them that they would get to keep, and I just give it to them as a gift. And so that starts building relationships with players. And I've done projects where most recently I had a project with Jojo Doman. So he had just graduated, and I said, Jojo, I make relic cards, so I can put something you've used, like a piece of a sock or jersey or something like that. And I can put it in a card that you then autograph. And so he said, what about a glove? Would that work? So he hooked me up with one of his gloves. And he said, this glove has a great story. And he said, I broke my pinky wearing this glove. So the pinky was completely bloodied. So that it was a white glove and the pinky was just red.
Wow.
So he hooked me up with that, and he's like, I bet you can make something cool with that. So not only did I make something cool with that, I made like 11 something cools with that, because it was more than enough material to make more than one card.
Right.
So I made a bunch of cards. I gave him a whole bunch to keep for himself, just as a thank you for doing it. And then I also made a card with a quote from JoJo from one of his interviews that said, "Football is in my blood."
Wow.
And put his bloodied pinky, glove, not the pinky itself, the glove in the card, and then he signed it.
Wow.
And that was a really fun project.
But I think you done some with one of a former Husker that played for Kansas City Royals baseball too, didn't you?
Yeah. So are you referring to Alex Gordon?
Yeah. See that? I knew what I knew. I just couldn't get the name right. Okay.
Yeah. So Alex Gordon's like one of my favorite baseball players growing up, watching him play, locally here for the Huskers. I'm a lifelong Royals fan. So when he got drafted by the Royals, it was like, this is the best of both worlds, right? My favorite player's going to my favorite team. He's going to be the savior of the franchise. And it didn't start out that way. He had injuries and struggles. And then eventually he did. He brought not just a pennant, but 2 pennants to Kansas City, and then eventually a World Series, with one of the most famous moments in Royals postseason history with his home run, in Game 1 against the Mets. So I've done projects for Alex over the years. Now, I don't have a relationship, with Alex Gordon, because he's like me. He's a hardcore introvert. He's not on social media.
Right.
You can't find him out there. So I'll just run into him when he'll do a public event, and then have a card for him. I'll give him one as a gift. He'll sign one for me. And this year, I'm hoping to actually spend some time with him at a Royals Fantasy Camp, which is going to be in November.
Okay.
And that's where you play baseball at the Royals Spring Training Complex, and former Royals are your coaches, and Alex Gordon is a coach there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping I'll get to have some time with him coming up in November.
I'm sure you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I got faith in you. Now, you've been doing that, making those cards and stuff for a lot of different people for a long time. How long you been doing this?
Yeah. So, I mean, our first project with you was 2017. So it's been about 7 years now. And I think I've made over 100 cards for probably 100 different players up to this point now. Yeah.
So if people want to get an idea of what kind of work you do you have a website or something that they can go to look at some of your work?
Yeah. So it's just my name. You can just go to ianbadeer.com. And if you're listening and you're not on the live stream, so you can't see how it's spelled, it's IANBADEER.com. And that website is basically dedicated to the collecting journey that I'm on.
Okay.
So on there, you're going to see everything I collect. You'll see scans of my Husker cards. You'll see my Alex Gordon collection. And then there's a section called custom cards that you can tap on. And that section will show you all, bunch of various custom card projects that I've done over the years of all sorts of different flavors, not just traditional baseball cards. I've also made cards of what we called signature battles, which were fights that had happened on the baseball field, whether malicious or funny.
Yeah.
So one signature battle I made that was very popular online was I did Randy Johnson versus the dove, the bird that he accidentally immolated when he hit it with a pitch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he threw a pitch in a spring training game, and at that exact moment, a dove flew across the plane of the pitch. The pitch hits the dove, and it just explodes into a ball of feathers.
Wow. Oh, man.
Yep. So that's like an iconic moment in most people's baseball history is Randy Johnson hitting a dove. So I made a card that is like a boxing title card, right? Two boxes against each other.
Right.
And it's this big, hilarious looking dove against Randy Johnson, the pitcher.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the card is a dove feather.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A lot of times, when we was talking about the introvert part, there are a lot of people that are introverts, and you had some great advice for introverts right there for the break. But I'd kind of like for you to share with us what if a person is an introvert, how do they go about, taking that leap? I mean, what encouragement or what motivation would you have to give to them?
Yeah. And I think it's something that we battle most of our lives, depending on the way that we're wired. And so I'll have folks that'll come up to me and they'll be like, well, Ian, it's impossible that you could be an introvert because you're speaking to me just fine right now. Like, we've seen you speak, you've done public speaking. Like, how could you possibly be an introvert? But speaking is actually a learned skill, especially public speaking.
Right.
And it's something that my parents invested in me and my brothers and sisters at a very young age. We go to a 4-H event and we'd give a speech about our rockets that we were building for 4-H. Right. We didn't even know we were supposed to be scared of people yet. Right. You're 8 years old. You're telling people how cool your rockets are you built in your backyard. Right.
Yeah.
So just tell them the story,
Right.
And so speaking to other people can be a learned skill. So I said, even if you're an introvert, there are skills that you can learn and develop that you can use, right, in your journey through life. And public speaking just happens to be one of them. And as far as encouraging for like getting over that hump, a lot of people, it just has to happen in baby steps. So maybe for you, that's initiating a conversation with someone, or if you have trouble initiating conversations, but you have people who are willing to talk to you, practice intentional listening, where when someone is telling you a story, you're following the details of their story, and then you ask them a detailed follow-up question about it. You become not just an observer in a monologue that someone's delivering to you, but you are now a participant. And as an introvert, that was something that I was really able to latch onto that made it easier to handle conversations with other folks. Was if I focus on the listening aspect and have a follow-up question for more detail, it shows my interest to the other person. And it keeps me engaged throughout the process, especially for people who struggle with maybe things like attention span.
Well, I think it's very important that message gets out, because a lot of times people are very reluctant, to share information, especially when it doesn't show them in a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
When you say introvert, a lot of people take that the wrong way. It's like,
they see it as a negative.
Right. And it's not. It's just, like I myself, I know a lot of people,
mm-hmm.
but really and truly, I'm a loner.
Mm-hmm.
But I just happen to be a loner that knows a lot of people.
Yeah.
And communicating with people is not a problem. but I spend a lot of time by myself.
To recharge.
Yeah, but then I understand the value in trying to reach out to others.
Mm-hmm.
So I encourage everybody as well, man. I mean, take a leap of faith. Sometimes things don't always work out the way we want, but you know what? We won't know if you don't try. I mean, and sounds like to me, every time you've tried, you've had some success.
Yeah.
And that to me is worth the effort of just reaching out.
Yeah.
So please keep doing that, man. And I'm going to keep doing it too. I mean, I like my alone time, but I also like what I do. The public speaking part that I do, I love that, because I feel like it gives me the opportunity to help someone maybe not make some mistakes or bad choices.
Yeah.
And I just think that's important.
Ricky, so do you live by the quote, just because I'm alone doesn't mean I'm lonely?
Oh, I ain't lonely. I'm just.
Yeah, I've heard that in a lot of songs.
Yeah, no.
People was like, just because I'm physically alone doesn't mean I'm lonely.
But see, I'm one of those type, personally, that I'm very comfortable by myself.
Yeah, I would say I'm the same way.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people feel like if you don't have somebody around you, that that you're less than.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
understand that.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I entertain Ricky quite well.
That's probably a hard skill to learn.
Hey, but I like to laugh. I like to have fun because I understand that this world that we live in, it's got its own set of rules that don't always make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I have to make the most out of every day that I'm given. And I have this saying that I use on all my social media posts, every day is, another day in paradise.
Right.
I mean, does that mean everything's perfect? No. But I'd rather focus on the positive because I just can't find the benefit. And when I focused on the negative, I didn't like the benefits that came with the negative.
Yeah.
Those consequences that comes with being negative, I'll pass.
When you sow negativity, you tend to reap negativity.
Absolutely. Hey, don't you guys go anywhere, man. We're going to take one more break here on the Get You Happy On Hour. We'll be right back.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Spring Sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about versatility today. Unlike flowers that wither and die or chocolates that disappear in a heartbeat, jewelry is the solid move here, guys. Yes, she will cherish it, but more important than anything, she will brag about it and brag about you. And that's what it's all about. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Hey, Ben, we got any more comments?
Yeah, we have a few.
Okay, well, let me hear it.
Brett said, keep doing big things, big bruh. Happy Sunday. Great
Big
show.
shout out to Brett.
Again, the 2 exclamation marks.
All right.
I don't know why is it always 2?
Hey, man, that's a private thing. We can't,
He's like two times the amount of excited.
That's right, because, he support me, I support him.
Okay. And Kim Kelly, Theoa does the 2 exclamation marks. Kim Kelly does the 2 exclamation marks. Odious does 3 exclamation marks.
Man, we doing big things. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in that mindset where I don't even type exclamation marks, let alone 2.
I feel like I missed the boat because my text to Ricky today only had 1 exclamation mark.
See, he's
probably like, man, Ian's not on the level yet. He'll get there. He'll get there.
Hey, we're gonna work on him a little bit. He'll get there.
And then Irvin Brown said, we can always accomplish more with a positive mindset.
Appreciate that, Irv. That was my guest last week. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for being on last week, and we're gonna have you back on again too. With the time we have left, I have a couple of questions that I always ask. I'll save the one for last, but the one I would really like to ask you right now is what does the future plans look like for you right now? What are you thinking about doing going forward?
Wow, that's a deep one. So I'll reveal a couple personal details about myself.
Okay.
So I'm a father and a husband. I have 2 boys.
Okay.
So a lot of my goals have shifted, right, a little bit since I was, unmarried single man. And now some of them become a little bit more family oriented.
Gotcha.
So as I look to the future, it's about preparing stability for my family, providing for my family, getting past what are today's challenges and what could we enable to do things and make memories as a family moving forward.
Gotcha.
Because I think growing up, I had a lot of those bucket list items that we all have that we're doing for ourselves, and we go and check them off. But a lot of those bucket list activities are solo activities. Like for me, it's a once-a-year trip to Detroit. I drive up there and I go to a Lions game.
Yeah,
I'm a Lions fan, right?
Okay.
But for whatever reason, the wife's like, going to Detroit, I guess I'll pass.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Is it because of the low crime rate or something? Did that be it?
And I don't falter one bit. So as far as the future now, it's trying to understand what memories can I make, with my family, that will last a lifetime that we can do instead of trying to focus on any financial objectives. I need to make a certain amount of money. I need to do a certain number of things. I feel like at this point, I've tried so many different things in my life, right?
Right.
Parents would tell you I'm like a jack of all trades, master of none, kind of a guy.
Yep.
And so I've checked off most of the things that I want to do. And now it's really about, all right, how can I just be present and enjoy the moment and I'm in and the people that I'm in that moment with?
Gotcha.
So what can I do to enable that moving forward?
Well, I always have to ask this question, and this is a question I ask every guest.
We still have like 5 more minutes.
Oh, we got
yeah,
time?
Yeah, we got like 5 more minutes.
Okay, well, good. I'll hold that question.
Okay.
But look here. When you start preparing yourself for these things that you, as you say, your goals shifted,
Mm-hmm.
do you think sometimes that makes it kind of difficult because you really don't have, I mean, you've got so many things going on right now. How do you fit
I'm spinning a lot of plates.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing a great juggling act.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your job alone, your main job alone is very demanding. So and then you're also doing the cards and stuff, which you have to actually find time to do that.
Yeah.
And then now you're trying to create things for your family.
Yeah. And then also, I think we all have a drive too, whether that drive feels small today or large, that we want to do things that matter, that make an impact, not just for ourselves, but also on other people's lives.
Right.
So that's also in my short term and in my long term view is what things can I do outside of myself to contribute to other people.
Right.
So one of the things that I did recently that I just kind of felt was like a calling from the Lord was it was in 2019 and I did a trip to Ukraine. This was before the war, before COVID. And we taught English for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Right. So English is a second language. And I had very little experience doing that. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but developed some deep connections there with people. And I don't have any, family ties to Ukraine at all, but I felt deep ties there after I went there. And I felt like God was calling me that I needed to go back again. But the opportunities just wouldn't, no matter how much I followed through on them, the door wouldn't swing open. We had COVID, we had COVID again, and then we had the war.
Right.
And so finally I was able to talk to a friend of mine who I'd done a previous trip with and said, hey, I still feel like God is putting this on my heart to go back to Ukraine, but I just don't know how I'm going to do it. And he said, I feel the same way. Let's see what we can do together. And so we ended up finding 2 other gentlemen and we went as a team of 4. We raised money here in Lincoln. It ended up being about $30,000. And then we used it to buy food in Ukraine. And then we were able to go deliver it to poverty-stricken areas in Ukraine that had been affected by the war and go deliver food hand in hand to the people that needed it the most. And it wasn't until I arrived that I felt like, okay, I'm finally doing what God had put on my heart from the beginning. It was like you felt restless the whole time. And finally that went away, when we touched down there.
I think it takes a special person to even think like that. So I admire that, because when you're comfortable in your own place to go away from your comfort zone to go and help others, that's special. A lot of people don't have that mindset. So I admire that quality that you have. I also want to say again, man, it's just really, really nice to know that what you do, a lot of the stuff that you do is just very neat. Right down to your main job. You're all about protecting, and helping people, man. And I admire that because in my own way, I want to do similar things myself, which is help people. I don't want to see people go down the path that I went down. So that's why I respect what you're doing. But I got to wrap up with one question. When you do find a little bit of time, how you get your happy on?
How do I get my happy on? So most recently, when I get my happy on, it is learning how to play the drums. I just picked up drums in the last year or so, much to, I'm sure, my family's chagrin. Because who doesn't love terrible drumming at 8 p.m. at night?
I tried to learn the guitar and I couldn't do it.
But he masters the guitar, though.
But I will put on, a song on the speaker and learned a couple fundamentals and then start playing along with it.
Okay.
And once I got to the point where I learned enough movements that I could improvise and just play along with songs as long as they were in, a time signature I knew how to play in. Oh man, that is how I got my happy.
Well, I want to thank you, man, for coming on the show. I appreciate putting up with us. But I wrap up my show every week the same way. Every day you blessed the same. It's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. See y'all next Sunday night.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey,